Stop scrolling. The 2026 F1 era has just begun in Bahrain, and it's already a total disaster for Mercedes. Data reveals Max Verstappen's Red Bull is a massive 1,2 faster per lap than the entire field. Even Toto Wolff is admitting they are. The 2026 era of Formula One has officially exploded into life under the floodlights of the Bahrain International Circuit, and the first 12 hours of track action have already redefined everything we thought we knew about the new regulations. If you were expecting a close fight, Day 1 has delivered a massive reality check. While the fans were looking at the lap times, the team principals in the paddock were looking at the telemetry, and what they saw has sent shockwaves from Sakhir all the way to Stuttgart. Max Verstappen and the Red Bull-Ford RB22 haven't just arrived. They've set a benchmark that has left Toto Wolff admitting that Mercedes is currently in a world of pain. We are talking about a performance gap that hasn't been seen since the start of the hybrid era in 2014. Let's talk about the numbers that are haunting the Mercedes garage tonight. During the post-session media debrief, Toto Wolff dropped a bombshell based on Mercedes' GPS tracking of the Red Bull RB22. Max Verstappen is currently gaining as much as 1 full second per lap purely through energy deployment on the straights. Wolff noted that while most teams are clipping, meaning their electric motors run out of juice halfway down the straight, the Red Bull-Ford power unit seems to have an endless supply of hybrid power. Verstappen completed a staggering 136 laps today, the most of any driver, proving that this brand new engine isn't just fast, it's bulletproof. Wolff's exact words were, "I was hoping they'd be worse than they are. But they have done a very good job. They are the benchmark." But wait, if you look at the final timesheet, you'll see a different name at the top. Lando Norris, carrying the number 1 as the reigning world champion, snatched the P1 spot late in the afternoon with a 1:34.669. He edged out Verstappen by just over a tenth of a second. However, the paddock insiders are urging caution. Norris set his time on a lower fuel load during a glory run, when the track was at its coolest. Verstappen's best time was set during a heavy fuel race simulation where he looked untouchable over a 10-lap stint. It seems McLaren has the all-one lap magic, but Red Bull has the race-winning soul. Behind the scenes, the political war over the 18:1 compression ratio is reaching a boiling point. Rival manufacturers Ferrari, Audi, and Honda have officially approached the FIA regarding a potential loophole in the Mercedes M17 power unit. The new rules limit compression to 16.1 to control cost, but it's alleged that Mercedes has designed an engine that uses thermal expansion materials. This means that while the engine passes the static FIA test at 16.1 when cold, it expands to 18.1 once it hits racing temperatures on track, giving them a massive efficiency advantage. Rival teams have warned that this political row could even lead to disqualifications if the FIA decides to enforce a hot check measurement. On track, the drivers are clearly finding these 2026 machines skittish. Being shorter, narrower, and lighter, the cars are extremely sensitive to wind and curbs. Lewis Hamilton, making his highly anticipated debut in Ferrari Red, finished the day in P7, nearly 1.8 seconds behind the lead pace. Hamilton admitted that the transition hasn't been smooth, even raising concerns that the new cars feel slower than GP2 in certain sections of the track. Meanwhile, rookie Kimi Antonelli had a "welcome to F1" moment, struggling with a suspension issue that cost him several hours of running. We also saw the debut of Cadillac F1, who had a quiet but reliable day with Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, focusing purely on system checks rather than lap times. So is the 2026 title already Verstappen's to lose? Can Mercedes use their loophole to bridge that 1 second gap, or will the FIA shut them down before the first race in Melbourne? The energy in Bahrain is electric, but for the silver arrows, the clock is ticking loudly. What do you think? Is Red Bull truly a second ahead, or is Toto Wolff playing mind games? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and if you want the most detailed, technical, and fastest F1 updates from this 2026 pre-season test, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the Day 2 recap tomorrow.